Hi, my name is Carola. Thank you for watching my first YouTube yoga video. This was what I taught for my final 200-hour yoga teacher training project. It is a slow flow morning yoga sequence focusing on the lower back. This sequence is a version of what I do every morning to get rid of my lower back stiffness. It is appropriate for all levels. However, if you are not sure whether you should do this practice or not, please check with your doctor. Thank you for joining me. Let's come to a comfortable seated position. If it's uncomfortable sitting on the mat with your spine up, you can always get a block and put it just right under your sitting bone so that you can lengthen your spine and it doesn't bother your lower back. So if you need to, or you can use a blanket, you can use a pillow, just anything you have. Okay, and sit straight, spine straight, hands on your knees facing up. Hands on your knees facing up, and making sure that your elbows your shoulders are not touching your ear, so that they're not up. Okay, so we're gonna breathe in, and then we're gonna breathe out through your mouth. So what you wanna do is when you're breathing in, just everything that's in your mind, just go ahead and let it come. And then as you breathe out through your mouth, just pretend like it's a cloud and let it just push it away. Okay, so now breathing in through your nose and out through your mouth. Breathe in through your nose and out through your mouth. Just letting go of just anything that does not serve you today, just being present. And then what we're gonna start doing is we're gonna focus on our breathing. So when you breathe in, you're gonna breathe in through your nose and you're gonna expand your belly. And then you're gonna make sure that your shoulders stay down, your ribs expand, but you don't do like this. You wanna make sure that your shoulders stay down. So you're gonna breathe out through your belly and then push your navel in to push the air out. And as you do this, you're gonna have your mouth closed, teeth just slightly parted, and just breathing in and out. So breathing in, expanding that belly, and breathing out. Breathing in and out, making sure that your spine is straight. And just do that for a couple breaths. And this belly breathing is great, great, great to activate that parasympathetic nervous system, which is what helps you to be relaxed and calm. And, especially at night, it can help you just to relax and get a good night's sleep. Okay. And I invite you to put your hands in Anjali Mudra, prayer position. And also, if you want to set an intention for today's practice or for the day, maybe it might be to be present on the mat. It might be to be thankful for today, or just, telling yourself that you can do it. So, whatever you need today, just keep that as your mantra as you continue your practice. Now breathing in, extend your hands up, high, 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 shoulders away from your ears, pretending like your fingers are magnetized to the ceiling. And then exhale to the left, putting your left hand down, your right hand up, extending, extending, extending. Again, pretending your fingers are magnetized to the wall, feeling that stretch on your right side. Inhale up and exhale to the other side. Again, making sure that you are keeping your shoulders away from your ears, your arms being magnetized. You can look up if you'd like, or if that bothers your neck, just look down. It's okay. And relax. Okay, now we're going to do a couple cat-cow poses while we're sitting. So breathe in and hold your knees and round your chest back. And then exhale. Push, 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 push. And actually, let me kind of get sideways so you guys can see me. So when I'm inhaling, I'm rounding my back. And then exhale, you push your chest away. You're puffing it out. Inhale, round your back. And exhale, push, 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 push. Keeping those shoulders down. Okay, now we're going to inhale, hands up, and then exhale, left hand back, right hand on your left knee, and you're going to twist just a little bit. Make sure you're twisting from your torso, just slightly. Okay, you can look over your shoulders, or you can just keep your gaze just straight ahead. Inhale to the middle. And now we're going to exhale, going to the other side. Same thing, twisting from your torso, making sure that your shoulders stay down. And inhale back. So now we're going to do just a slight forward fold or forward bend. So inhale, so you're going to stay seated. And as you inhale, you want to lengthen the spine, keeping everything straight. And when you exhale, we're going to bend forward. So, you know, sometimes this might be enough, and that's okay. Or you can go further forward. So you just want to make sure that you're doing whatever your body is okay with. You don't ever want to go to the point of pain, and because that just won't be good. You want to go to the point that you kind of feel like a little uncomfortable, and then just sit there and breathe for a little bit. Okay, so inhale, extend your spine. Exhale, come down. And then as you inhale, you can extend up, and then as you exhale, you come down, making sure that you have a flat back. And when you get to the wherever point you are, you're just looking, you're not looking straight down, you're looking about 30 degrees forward. So inhale up and exhale down. And if you need to move a little bit just to kind of get some kinks out, then go ahead and do that. And inhale up. Okay, now whatever foot you had forward, we're gonna put it inside and put the other foot in front. And we're just gonna do the same thing. So we're gonna inhale, extend, and then we're gonna exhale, coming forward, and just doing the same thing. As you inhale, lengthen, and then you exhale, coming down. Making sure that your back is straight. And inhale, come back up. Okay, so now we're going to go into tabletop. So go ahead and find yourself on your hands and knees. Your knees are going to be hip distance apart. And you want to make sure that you have your shoulders over wrists and that your hands are shoulder width apart, okay? And this is just neutral spine, so we're just, our spine is straight. You want to make sure that you're pushing on your arms and that your hands, when you put them down, it's like you're giving a high five. And you want to make sure that the weight is evenly distributed amongst all of the points in your hands, because if you have it kind of like this, you can hurt your wrist. So making sure that your hands are down, okay? And we're gonna do a couple of cat-cow poses here also. So inhale, we're gonna arch our back, pushing, 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 keeping your shoulders away from your ears. And exhale, we're gonna round our back. And if you need to move a little bit, that's perfectly fine. Sometimes we need to work out those little kinks in our bodies. Inhale, arch your back. And exhale, rounding our back, okay? And then what we're gonna do is we're gonna take our torso and we're gonna kind of do circles with it. So we're gonna go to neutral spine here, and then you can arch your back a little bit, and then all you need to do is kind of twist it up and down like it's going in circles. Kind of reminds me of those cement trucks, like when they're going round and round. So pushing, 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 going around on one side, and then just when you get to the top, turn to the other side. Okay? And then neutral spine. Okay? Do any little movements you need to. Okay? Now, we're going to do thread the needle. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna push out with our left hand, and we are going to, and let me kind of flip here so you guys can kind of see. So we're going to lift our right hand really, really, really high, magnetized to the ceiling, and then we're gonna thread it in between our thigh and our hand. So you're gonna thread it through with your right temple on the mat, palms up, and then with your left hand, you can keep it where it is. You can lift it up, or if you want a deeper stretch, you can kind of put it in between your thigh and your hips. And just breathing here for a little bit. Inhale up, put your hand down if you had it up, and then let's go back to tabletop. So now we're gonna go on the other side. Same thing, push, 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 left arm up, and exhale, thread it through in between both hands. You can keep your arm here on the mat, you can lift it up, or you can thread it back. Or put it in between your thigh and your hip, sorry. Inhale up, and put your arm down, push up, 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 up. Okay, let me kind of twist myself here for you guys. Okay, so now we're going to kind of stretch our legs. So let's go ahead and plug our right toes onto the mat, okay? And then you're gonna push back. So you're gonna get a good stretch on your calf, keeping your arms strong, making sure you're not dumping weight onto your shoulders, okay? And then we are going to take our left leg, turn it so that it's parallel with the front of the mat, and then you're just gonna turn your leg to the side, okay? Toes up, and then raise your hands up. Inhale, And exhale. You're gonna put your right arm down, your left arm overhead. Again, pushing, pushing, pushing as though it's magnetized to the wall. You can look up or you can keep your gaze down, whatever's comfortable. And then from here, if it's too much coming down onto the floor, you can use a block and come over. Or if you don't want to block, then you can just put your arm down and come on over. And notice that with my right foot, now I laid it flat on the ground. Pushing, 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 getting a good stretch on the right side of your body. Okay, and then inhale up, and let's go back to tabletop. And now inhale. We're going to push with our left foot now. Getting a good stretch on our calf. And then twisting our leg. Toes facing up. Breathe in, up. And then exhale. Bringing your right arm over. Again, either looking up or looking straight ahead. Inhale, up, and exhale. Bringing your left arm overhead as though magnetized to the wall. Getting a good stretch on your left side in your armpit. And inhale up and back to tabletop. Okay, let's go ahead and do just do a little child's pose here. So put your bottom on your heels. If that's a little uncomfortable, you can use a block and put it in between. Or if you have a blanket, you can put that also in between so it doesn't feel uncomfortable on your knees. Just breathing here for a little bit. As we're down here, you know, you can think of your intention that you set for the beginning of the practice. Bring it back, kind of like a mantra. Okay, let's go back to tabletop. And now keeping your knees down, we're gonna go down onto the floor. So kind of like a half push-up coming down. Okay, making sure that when you come down, your elbows are always behind you, kind of magnetized to your torso. Okay, and we're gonna do a couple of cobra. So keeping your hands right under your shoulders, you're gonna breathe in and using your using your lower back, kind of like tightening it up, and your core a little bit, because when you tighten your core, it protects your back. So tightening your core, your back, and then come up. Inhale. And then exhale down. Inhale up. Keeping those shoulders, keeping those elbows to the side of your body. Shoulders away from your ears. And exhale, coming down. Okay? So now you're going to take your hands and you're going to kind of put them like little spider legs, and you're going to plug them onto the mat or to the side of the mat, because you'll be a little bit off the mat. And what we're going to do is we're going to use our back to kind of pull ourselves up, and we're going to look first to the right and exhale. Coming up, looking to the left. And exhale. Okay, so from here, we are going to plug our hands under our shoulders. We're gonna plug our toes in. We're gonna bring our knees up, and now we're going to go into plank and then go straight into downward facing dog. So again, keeping your elbows back, plank, making sure everything is aligned, and then we're going into downward dog. Okay, so in downward dog, you want to make sure that your hands are still like the high five on the mat. They're shoulder width apart, and your feet should be hip width apart. You want to make sure that you have everything activated. So you are pulling your knees up. You are like pushing your bum up too. You are pushing from your arms so that you don't dump all that weight onto your shoulders, which can cause a lot of issues in the back. You can get a lot of kinks and stuff like that. So pushing, pushing, pushing. If your body's not ready yet to put your heels down, you can always just bend your knees a little bit, but just making sure that you are pushing away from the mat. So you want to make sure your head is in between your arms and that you're looking at your belly. Okay. So you can, move a little bit, stretch a little bit, whatever you need so that your body feels comfortable in this pose. Okay, inhale, bring your right foot forward and then your left. And then we're gonna do a forward fold. So belly over thighs, and if it's too much keeping your legs straight, just bend them a little bit. Put your arms on the side of your hands, on the side of your feet, and just breathe here for a little bit. And then we're gonna come up to Tadasana, so mountain pose. So what you wanna do is you wanna activate your glutes, you wanna activate your core, and as you're coming up, it's like you're pushing yourself. You're using force to push yourself up. So you're protecting your back. Just a little back bend and hands down and release. Okay, so we're gonna do now 2 sets of sun salutation A, and then we'll go into something else afterwards. So let's go ahead and breathe in. Hands up, just little back bend. And then as we exhale, we're going down. So you want to make sure that when you're going into forward fold, your head comes down first, because that way it protects your back. Because if you're looking forward, as you're coming down, it can aggravate it. So when you go up, just dive down. So forward fold, okay? And then halfway lift. So halfway lift, you are straightening your legs. Your torso is straight. If you need to, you can always use a block, or if you don't have a block available, you can put your arms on your shins or thighs. Okay, so halfway lift. Put your hands down, plug them in. Right foot back, left foot back. Okay. So now we're gonna do chaturanga. So push up, go down, 90 degrees, and from here, you can either go to cobra, or if you stay with up dog, then make sure your knees are off the mat, okay? So up dog, roll over your toes, downward facing dog. Let's stay here for just 1 or 2 more breaths. Right foot in, left foot in, forward fold. Again, belly's over thighs, bend your knees if you need to. Activating your glutes and core. Up, 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 up. Slight back bend. and mountain pose. Okay, we're gonna go again, and this time we'll go just a tiny bit quicker. Inhale up, dive down to forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Plug the hands in your mat, left feet back, right feet back, plank pose. Now chaturanga, up dog or cobra, and downward facing dog. Okay, making sure you are continuously pushing out of your arms, shoulders away from your wrists. Your legs should always be activated, those knees pulled up, those thighs activated. Left foot forward, right foot forward, forward fold, bellies over thighs, and up, 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 activating your glutes, and exhale. Okay, so now we're gonna do sun salutation, but B, so we're gonna add a high lunge in there. Inhale up, exhale, dive down, bellies over thighs, halfway lift, plug your hands in, right foot back, left foot back, chaturanga, keeping those elbows at 90, up dog, roll over your toes, downward facing dog. Okay, making sure you're looking at your belly button, pushing away, keeping those shoulders away from our ears. And now we're gonna put our weight on our left foot, and we're going to lift our right foot or our right leg. Okay, inhale, so bring knees to chest. Notice how I am arching my back, pushing away on the balls of the feet, because that'll help me to get my right foot to the front of the mat. So push your feet through, okay? And if it doesn't get here, that's fine. Just use your right hand to move your foot to where you want it to go. So making sure that you have it planted, your left foot, the ball of your foot is planted on the mat, using your glutes, finding your balance. Inhale, coming up. Okay, so you want to make sure that you are pushing on, for the front leg, you're pushing on your heel. And then in the back leg, you are pushing out of the balls of your feet. So what happens there is that you're activating your thighs and your glutes. You want to make sure that your right knee is not way over like this, so that it's just right on top of it or behind your ankle. Okay, arms up. You want to make sure that your shoulders are plugged in. So what that means is if you take your shoulders and you kind of roll them back, you notice that your shoulder blades kind of find this like locking, like they kind of come together. That's what you want them to be. You want to make sure that they're kind of pushing towards each other. Woo! And they're not high up. So again, plugging your shoulders, staying here just for a little bit, pushing out of the heels, pushing out of the balls of your feet. Hold it, hold it, hold it. Thighs burning. And exhale, coming down, pulling your right foot back. Again, chaturanga, up dog, and downward facing dog. Whew. Okay, pushing, pushing, pushing out of your arms. Now we're gonna do the same thing on the other leg. So raise your left leg up. Inhale, knees to chest. Rounding your back so that you can get that foot forward. Making sure fix your feet so that you can find that balance that you need. Okay. Inhale up. And again, plugging your shoulders, making sure that you are pushing out of the back balls of your feet. You're pushing out of your front heels, activating those glutes. Making sure also that your torso, you're not just dumping weight into the back. You don't want to do some like a funky back bend that can hurt your back. So you want to make sure that you are lengthening with just your head just a little bit back, not too much. And then pushing out of your heels, pushing out of the balls of your feet, and just sit here just for a little bit. Then exhale, bringing your hands down, left foot back. Again, chaturanga, 90 degrees. Up dog, making sure knees are off the mat, and down dog. Woo! All righty. So this is your last downward dog, so just make it a good one. And also notice how this downward dog feels totally, totally different than the very first one you did. So now you're probably more warmed up. Your body can, get into the pose much easier. Maybe you're finding that your heels are coming down. So those are always good things to notice. You should always be conscious of what's happening in your body and how your body is reacting to all the different things that you're doing. So just breathing here for a little bit, making sure you're pushing out of your arms, pulling your knees caps up, and just breathing here for a little bit. And now we're going to go into tabletop, but as we go down with our knees, we're going to let our knees hover just about an inch from the mat, just for a little bit. It's a good little core exercise. And as you're holding here, make sure your spine is straight and you are activating your core. Go ahead and come down. Let's go into child's pose. Again, thinking of the intention you set for your practice, being grateful about your body and everything that it does, and allowing it to, for you to be able to do this practice, thanking yourself also for taking good care of yourself and allowing yourself to do this practice. Knowing that it doesn't matter where you are in your journey, it's okay, and you can do it. Okay, so let's come up. And now we are going to find your way onto your back. Okay, so you can lay on your back. Okay. And then inhale, bring both of your feet up. You can even rock side to side if that feels good. Work out all those little kinks in your back. Okay. Now extend your left leg. Bring your right knee in a little more. And now bring it in. So kind of open your hip a little bit, and you're gonna bring your knee as close as you can to your armpit, to your right armpit. Just kind of hold it there just for a little bit, just to open it up. And then taking your left hand, hold your right knee, and you're gonna bend it over. So bring it over your body. Arm just laying on your knee, left leg laying. And you're gonna be looking over to your right. So depending on how deep of a stretch you want, if you keep your arm down, it's a little less intense. But if you want more of a stretch, you can bring your hand in line with your shoulder, or if you want to, you can cactus it. Making sure that you can look to your right, or if that's too much, just look straight ahead. The intention here is to just let your body go. There should be no tension. Eventually, as you do this more, your shoulders will come onto the mat. And let's just breathe here for a little bit. Okay, let's bring our right leg, or I'm sorry, knee in again and extend it. Now let's bring our left knee up. Okay, same thing, just bringing it in, getting a good stretch. Then bringing it in to your left armpit. And with your right hand crossing over and extending your left hand, same thing, can go down, in line, or cactus it. You'll probably notice that one side might be a little bit easier than the other. I know for me, this side is always harder. I notice my shoulders is never as close to the mat as the other side is. But just lay here, no tension, just letting gravity pull everything down. And you can look to your left or look straight ahead if you need to. Bring your knee, bring your knee in and your legs down. So bring both of your knees up and have them parallel to the mat. So what we're going to do now is we're going to take our right leg and we're going to cross it over our left, like as though we're sitting on a chair. And then with both of your hands, you're going to grab wherever you can. So maybe it might be your shins. If you're a little more flexible, it might be the bottom of your feet or even the heels. Okay, just grab wherever you can, flex your feet, and you're going to very gently push them in. Okay, so you're going to feel hopefully a good stretch on your right hip. I know for me, this always helps me in the mornings. I suffer from sciatica, so this always helps me a lot. Exhale and release. And now we're going to do the same thing with the on the other side. So the leg on top, scissoring your legs and just grabbing wherever you can, flexing your feet, and then just push in. So this time you should feel that stretch across your left hip and thigh, kind of the upper thigh. Okay, and let go. Bring your knees in. And then grabbing those knees, go ahead and open up. Flexing your feet, your calf should be about 90 degrees, kind of parallel to the floor. If you need to, sometimes I kind of stretch my legs out. They're feeling, sometimes they're feeling a little tight. So do whatever you need to in this pose. If you just want to stay like this and just letting gravity pull your legs open or your knees apart, then that's fine. Okay, close your knees. Now we're gonna do happy baby pose. So opening your knees a little bit, you're gonna reach in with your hands. You're gonna grab the outside of your feet. And then you're gonna open them up at 90 degrees. But if you have to do it like this, then that's perfectly fine. Just listen to your body wherever it wants you to go. Putting the bottom of your feet facing the ceiling, flexing your toes. And one last time, bringing your knees in. And if you want to, you can come up a little bit and take a hold of your elbows and just come back down. So it gives you kind of like a little deeper stretch. Okay. And then finally, just bringing your legs up and very slowly using that core. Bring your legs down slower than you want to. Okay. And now we're going into Shavasana. So feet, mat distance apart. Your arms, you can put them face up, or sorry, palms up. If you want to, you can put one on your belly, one on your heart. If you want to cactus your arms, that's another option. Okay. Another thing too, sometimes I know for me in the morning when I'm really stiff, sometimes laying straight like this on my back doesn't feel so good. So if you're noticing that, you can always bend your legs and just let gravity kind of push them in. So just find the position that feels good. And then just take a big breath in through your nose and out through your mouth. In through our nose, out through your mouth. Just kind of letting go of that breath that we were doing while we were doing the sequence. Now we're just going to breathe normally. So once you're comfortable, just breathe in and out, making sure that the back of your neck is not back. You don't have your head back like this. You want to make sure that your neck is just a little bit down so that it doesn't hurt your neck. And you want to breathe in and out. Letting your heart rate slow down just a little bit. And then imagine from the bottom of your feet a beautiful, beautiful white sphere coming up from the earth. It's warm and glowing. Picturing entering the bottom of your feet. And as it passes through your body parts, you feel that warmth and that tension that you have just letting go. Picture it passing through your feet, letting go of any tension. Imagine it moving up your calves, up to your knees. Imagine it going up to your thighs. Just all your legs right now should just be effortless. Gravity just pushing it down. Now it moves up to your pelvis, just letting go of all that tension with the warmth of the earth. Now imagine it moving further up into your belly and further up to your ribs as it finds its place at your heart. And it's just sitting there pulsating, just continuing to just beam that white light and calming your body down, just resting at your heart chakra. Now, as it's at your heart, picture it just that white light just emanating from the sphere and moving down to your fingertips, just releasing any tension you have, and then moving up to your forearms, your elbows, your biceps, your shoulders. So both arms should be just laying there effortlessly, gravity just pushing it down. And then imagine that white light going up your neck and into your head and your face, where we hide a lot of tension. Releasing that tension from your shoulders, neck, and now the side of your mouths. Then your nose. Then your eyes. Always we have unknowingly tension in the side of our eyes, the little crooks in our eyes, in our forehead. Just picture that white sphere just continuously pulsating, beautiful white light all throughout your body. Just letting your body relax, taking that tension away. We're going to lay here just for a minute or two more, breathing in and out. Okay, go ahead and just start wiggling your toes and your fingers just to kind of wake them up a little bit. You can even pull your hands up and stretch, 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 stretch. And then in your next inhale, go ahead and turn to the right side. So push out of the left leg, lay on your right arm. And if you want to, you can keep your eyes closed. And in your next exhale, go ahead and push yourself with your left hand and just come to a comfortable seated position. Okay. Hands in Anjali Mudra, prayer position. Come back. I invite you to come back and just think again of that intention that you set for the beginning of practice. Let that drive your day. and also being thankful for your body, for it allowing you to do this practice. It gives us strength, allows us to do what we need to do. Being thankful of us being here together. I thank everybody, um, for joining me today. I know you all have busy lives, so I appreciate it very much. Um, I want to send blessings to you guys and just thankfulness, um, and praying that you have a very good day. And thank you so much. And you can open your eyes and namaste. Thank you.